Hello all, this is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu, and in this video I'm going to cover a very interesting topic. Is anesthesia as a field saturated in India? And this is particularly useful for students who are trying to choose anesthesia as a career. It's a pretty intense video because I have done research from multiple, friends of mine who are working in different parts of India, and I tried to cover different ways anesthesiologists practice and tried collecting a very good information for you. And this time I'm not going with numbers, but I'm going with real life experiences and what they actually feel. Okay, they're coming to a little bit of math. There are around 50,000 anesthesiologists in India, and then approximately 6,000 people are being produced every year. Okay. Uh, so keep the numbers aside. I'll tell you the ground reality and what actually is happening in the ground level. So, is there a saturation? Is the question that we need to answer. Okay, let me tell you. The answer for this question is yes and no. I'll tell you. Some areas are saturated, some areas are not. I'll tell you that. So, number one, if you're finishing your post graduation and if you're a PG who is looking for a job after MD or DNB, okay, then good news is there for you. The field is not saturated. So basically, most of the corporate hospitals in cities, I'm talking about cities, in cities would require junior people. Okay, because most of the corporate hospitals run by a pyramid model where there will be a top 3 to 4 consultants and below there would be 15 to 20 juniors. And in very premium super corporates, there would be some 7 to 12 consultants and 40 to 50 juniors. That is how they operate. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell is if you are an MD person and if you're trying to get a job, 100% you will get in bigger cities because of this model. And at the same time, when you are talking about a pyramid model, there would be some kind of a bottleneck here. Okay. So this particular bottleneck wouldn't allow you to become a very senior. So the saturation is in this level. Try to understand. Okay. So even with 10 to 15 years experience, what happens is sometimes some people only end up not as a lead position. There will be some kind of a second in the lead or third in the lead or something like that. So they take decent amount of salary, but not the kind very attractive salary like how a lead takes. Okay, this is about the real time situation in metros. So I think to conclude about cities, the it is not saturated in junior level. You will get a job easily. Even in my hospital, there are a lot of vacancies. My email ID is dheerajmasapu@gmail.com. You can message. I can get a job for you if you're an MD person. Okay, MD anesthesia person. So basically, this is about metros. And let's talk about the freelancing now. Now the game becomes a little bit more complicated here. Okay, it is not so simple like how I explained about the fixed salary jobs in metro hospitals. It is a little different. In freelancing, I have to divide them into two categories. People are practicing in metros in tier 2, tier 3, tier 3 places. So when I spoke to people who are practicing in metros, what they told me is most of the smaller hospitals would used to call freelancers, but now what's happening is most of the small hospitals are actually calling uh, teams of people. Actually, there are so many teams of anesthetists. A cluster of people come together and they will have a lead and they take 2 to 3 hospitals. Or some teams actually take over 7 to 10 hospitals also. So most of these hospitals are going for such kind of teams. So because of that, what's happening is the individual freelancers who were actually there before are not getting much opportunities. Reason I'll tell you. When a hospital takes such kind of a team, the headache of ICU is gone. So because this team manages ICU and OT. Otherwise, the individual people only manage ICU, they don't, sorry, only manage the OT, they won't manage the ICU. That is the advantage that the hospitals are getting when they're taking the team. So because of this, the freelancers who want to do only OT cases are not getting much opportunities. Okay. There are some seniors even now who are doing, like I know few cases who are doing 5 to 7 cases in a day and making 8 to 10 lakhs in a month. Those stories also are there, but I'm telling you, you can't reach that position now because of the competition. So you can't plan in that way now. Okay. So those guys directly told me to convey to you guys that that way is not a very good way. So becoming a freelancer is not a very good idea, is what they told. Better to join a small team or join a corporate is what they told in Metro. So this is what is about the freelancing in metros. Coming to freelancing in tier 2, 3, 4 places. let us first see the tier two city. Like for example, I spoke to one anesthesiology friend of mine in Tirupati. What he told is, if a tier two place is having medical college, it will be saturated by default, it seems, because a lot of assistant professors, associate professors, and professors, students coming out, they would saturate the market, and they would be working in different places. And a newcomer going there and trying to build his practice will be near to impossible, it seems. So you have to make sure that there is no medical college in that place. If it is not there, then there is some scope. But even what they are saying is that for a new person to come and establish, it is taking, previously it is to take 6 months to 1 year, now it is taking 3 to 4 years. And it should be very readily available. And then you should not ask many questions, start all high risk cases. And it's a race to bottom approach. Whoever does for lesser cost might be preferred more. All these kind of things are coming, it seems. That's about the tier two cities. Tier three and four, if we go, they don't have hospital concept. They have very small 10-bedded OT complexes, 30-bedded and all that. So such kind of places, what is happening is whoever is entering that area first, okay, even now there are some areas where anesthetists are not there. Whoever enters first, that person rules that area. That's it. There is no entry even for second and third person also, it seems. So these small, they usually like 2, 3 hospitals would be there in such small places. So 2, 3 hospitals, one person will go and saturate it off. So there is no entry for even for the second person. And usually those places, no, very small places, they would be loyal to that first person. They will think that this person has come living city life and everything, to be in the city. We shouldn't call some new person who has come just now, leaving the person who's staying with us for almost 5 to 10 years. Is how they feel usually. They obviously even I feel like that. And so if you're going to very small place, they told me to tell you that make sure that nobody else is there. If 2, 3 people are already there, please don't enter there because you wouldn't get any kind of case. Because as a freelancer, if you're not doing minimum 2 to 3 cases in a day, you can't survive. Okay. So most of these freelancers, when I spoke, what they told us is join a big hospital or period of time, please grow there. That is a better way. Even though you get less in the beginning or long period of time, that is a better way when you become a senior. And in the beginning of the video, I told senior level saturation is there, correct. But bottleneck is that doesn't mean nobody's crossing. Many people are crossing who are smart, active, energetic, and then who are ready to take up challenges. Such kind of people are actually growing. And if you have such qualities, you can aramse grow even in bigger hospitals. If you're dull and you're a kind of person who's cynical and asking queries about why I should do that, such kind of people wouldn't grow in any place. That's how it is. Okay. And if you know about branding, if you do your personal branding and all that, you'll become the lead in the team. That's a different story. And since we're talking about saturation, I don't want to cover that area here. So this is about the tier two, three, four uh, cities. And then, so I think I covered a significant part of, genres in which anesthesiologists practice in India, and this is the information which I covered. And then, so to summarize, to conclude, if I have to conclude, is anesthesia saturated or not? If you ask me now, answer is no, because it's not saturated for juniors. They're getting jobs. It is saturated, yes, for people who want to become very seniors in corporates, or for if you want to start freelancing in places where already people are there. It is something like that. Okay. So you have choosing the place wisely is the very important move that you have to do. And there are some people who even told me to tell you that it is better to go abroad. That is any day better. So, but 2 to 3 years, you have to, 3 to 5 years experience is required for any country. For Middle East, it is 3 years. For Australia, US, and other countries, 5 years experience is required. That's a different topic. And if you have such experience, you can, but that experience should be in a bigger hospital with some research and all that is required. And if you have such kind of things, then you can go abroad. Okay, a lot of vacancies are there. And my friends who are staying in Middle East are telling that it is getting saturated. So over a period of time, even that area might get saturated. But the thing is like, you can, if you stick on to one good place even now and stay there for a long time and be more energetic and be more valuable to the team where you're working, little extras, don't mind working, and then you'll have a very good future even in India. Okay. So that is about the demand supply ratios and the saturation in India in reality in 2025. In 2026, I'll do the video again and tell you the update after talking to all my friends in different parts of India. Thank you very much. If you want to talk one-on-one with me, there is a mentoring link in the description. And 1 month waiting time is there. Please understand, and only then you register. Okay. And if you want immediate want to talk to me, it wouldn't be possible because of my busy schedule. So thank you guys. Thank you for following the video till this point. So, and if you come to this part of the video, I think you have to subscribe to the channel and then, share this video to multiple people. Okay. As usual, Dr. Dheeraj Masapu logging off. Roger that.